Back, everybody. Thank you for your patience. So, where did we leave off? We're talking about what's done in the dark, Miss Miller.
Yes, we were. We were talking about What's Down in the Dark,
Mm-hmm.
which is the documentary that I encouraged my husband to back. He's the producer, him and a dear friend who we have lost.
Okay.
My dear brother Lou Bowser, who was a historian, genealogist.
Oh, okay.
And I was fortunate to have him because every time I picked up one of those documents, my brother knew exactly what I had in my hands. And that's why I think I was able to put all of these dots together and was able to come out with the book, Secrets Uncovered, J. Edgar Hoover, The Relatives, for Agent Swearingen to look at and to send me that big congratulations, you did it.
Yeah.
And now write about me in his book. So you had a chance to read Mr. Swearingen's
Yes.
last chapter. So
And I wanted to mention that while we were on a brief break, I took a moment to read through that chapter. And Mr. Swearingen has been very honest about how hard he was on Miss Millie during the time she was doing her information investigation on J. Edgar Hoover, her relative. And and it's so interesting because when she finished, he was behind her 100%. But during that time, he was your biggest critic.
yes, he was. He was my biggest critic, and he thought I was a nutcase.
Yeah, and he didn't hesitate to tell us that. But the more important thing is that he didn't just write you off. He wanted to see what you were capable of. He wanted to see if this was going to confirm what someone else had told him years ago. And so he stayed on you, and that inspired you to go even further than what you had already had to present to him. And when it was finally over with, look at the finished product.
Yes, and
What's done in the dark, right here.
Yes, and see the thing is that really, what you said that he did was mentor me without me asking him. He became a mentor. He gave me wisdom. And I don't know. It just happened that way. He decided that it may be something to this woman, this young woman, because he's a senior and he has wisdom. But he was not about to let me go out there and get gulped up by the wolves and not know what to do. So he wanted to make me strong. Because even after that, when I did do some television interviews, let me tell you, I got some tough questions. I even had people jumping up in the audience saying I was stupid to want J. Edgar Hoover to be my cousin. And I'd say, it's not about me wanting him to be my cousin. It's reality, and I'm not in denial. You can't pick your family. Nobody
Right.
I have some walking, living family with legs on them right today.
Yeah.
It's just, let me tell you, is the spitting image of J. Edgar Hoover. And I'm more today willing to say that J. Edgar Hoover is my cousin by looking at some of the family members that I have running around right now and the things they're doing. Trust me, you cannot regulate or pick or choose or make your family. You just
Right.
got them and you have to deal with them.
Right,
You know,
right.
you got to either just say, you know what, I pray for that person. And be yourself. All you are responsible for is you.
That's right. A lot of people like to use the metaphor, you have to deal with the cards that you're dealt. And that's the truth. You have to make the most of your situations, and that's what I'm learning more and more every day as I get older, how to make the best of my situations, develop a good skill set. And it's an honor for me to be able to sit here and talk to you about the experiences that you've had and how you've been able to develop your skills and how you learn more about who you are and your family history through everything you've been through. And I just want to say thank you for giving me that opportunity to know more about you and to have a better life experience.
And Jason, I want to thank you for allowing me to be hard on you, because we're sitting here and we're smiling, we're talking, but if we really want to take the wool off and talk like Wesley Swearingen did to me, I'm tough on you and you know it. I tell him the truth. I don't tell him what he want to hear. I tell him the truth. And that's why I have to take I don't have a hat on, but thumbs up to Wesley Swearingen for being so tough on me, because even today, when somebody come on to me strong, I fight back with all my might. And I have to find out. Now, if I'm found out to be the one that's wrong, I admit to it. Hey, that's life. But you should never let anybody steal your joy. And I learned that through my parents, and also when Wesley Swearingen was so tough on me, I wanted to prove to him that this is true. And it just made me fight even harder. I put out a lot of money to find it, but I found it.
Right.
I
right.
found it. I finished that to an extent. I still want to walk on that holy land in Africa.
That is deep. That is
I
really
still
amazing.
want to do that. After finding out about my 16-year-old great-great-great-grandmother, where she came from, I did that DNA. I did that DNA, and I know exactly what the tribe is. It came back, and I looked at some of the pictures of the people that are still living in Africa and a part of that tribe, my great-great-grandmother's tribe, my family. Honestly, Jason, if I could show you a picture, you would be blown away. It's such a resemblance of me. I'm like, I have got to walk on that land.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm trying to get in touch with Brad Pitt because
Okay.
I know he'll go. I know he'll go to West.
Especially after seeing that movie.
Oh God, yes.
12 Years a Slave.
Oh my God, I think that is
He
awesome.
did an amazing job.
Amazing
I felt
job.
like I was there. That's how good the acting was.
Yes, it was. But I just want to go to West Africa and walk on the land and do my completion of the feeling of the spirits. And I was told, because I met some West Africans, and they told me that the spirit, your family will touch you. And I just want to feel that. I want to walk on that land and kiss that ground where my grandmother was taken from and brought to America and sold as a slave.
Wow.
But you know what? If she hadn't been, I wouldn't be sitting here
Yeah.
because I'm a product of that.
Isn't that amazing to hear, everybody?
Yeah, we're all
That is
connected.
so incredible.
It's incredible.
And thank you for sharing your story with us. And thank you also for encouraging us to try and find a mentor, and when someone is being hard on us, to accept and embrace it and use it to make us even stronger than what we were. I really
Yes.
appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
So now we're going to go on to something a little different. This is another book that you've written, and this one is called Drifted Back in Time, Deep Secrets Revealed.
Wow.
Now, would you mind telling us a little bit about this one?
Wow. Wow. That is an awesome piece of work there to me. This is a fiction love story. Actually, it's a series.
Okay.
That's the first of supposedly 5. I found myself moving away from my writing and doing things like I'm doing with you and helping others that I didn't really finish that series. But you know me, I say I always finish what I start.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start completing that work these coming years. That is the first of a historical love story, and what that book is about, it tells the story of what I did with the work, the real true life work. Those documents to me were like pictures, and you know the old saying, pictures are like 1,000 words.
Yeah.
You look at a picture, you could read the picture, where were you at that time, who were you with, what were you doing, why did you take that picture? Well, I felt the same way with those documents. When I read those documents and found out where my grandmother was and who had her and who came in and the census records and all that, I saw love. I saw a lot of love story, and many people said, why are you going to say love? That's rape. You know, slave master having babies with a woman. Well, I say this. If I was back in slavery and I had 2 or 3 babies forcefully by a slave master, and then slavery is over, and I stay with that master, and I have 6 more babies, well, I don't know what you would call it.
Right.
I think I would call it love.
It certainly seems to be that way.
So that's where that book came from. That's my version of what I saw in those documents. And so I drifted back in time, and I actually saw them making love. So Drifted Back in Time is a beautiful piece of artwork.
And it's one that I've read through, and I have to say I enjoyed it very much. And I definitely suggest it to everyone else to take a look at it because it's an amazing read.
It's being republished by Miss Millie. New Writers in Action, and it'll be republished, and it's sold out. It's off the market right now. But it will be back on the market under New Writers in Action.
That's right.
Drifted Back in Time.
Very thankful.
I'm so proud of you. This segment was just taken over by my protege here. I'm so proud of you, Jason. We're going to clip. He's taken over the day, and so we're going to clip and come back. I think you have a couple of more things he wanted to talk to you about or interview me. He got me on the hot seat.
That's
what
right.
he's doing.
That's
so
right.
we'll be right back